Hi, welcome back. Today, just another little update here on the wounded paw. Pending an MRI on it. I could possibly have to have surgery. If I do, that puts me out of pocket by 6 months. At least, he said. More or less is what he said. 6 months, more or less. I can treat it with steroids, which he did that. Injected me. So he injected me in the wrist joints right there. And I had a couple of options. If the steroids help, and they said it could take up to 2 weeks for it to start kicking in good, that I could do that every 3 months until we seen exactly how it was going to do. So sometimes they'll mend it well enough that the pain will leave and you can do stuff, not as much, but you can still do stuff. Or there's 3 bones in the wrist he could remove, and I would only be out of pocket probably 3 months or less. He said it'd be in a cast for a little bit, and probably 4 weeks in a cast, and then light physical therapy. And said the only thing I'd noticed is I didn't have the range of motion that I did beforehand with the bones gone. I said, well, I asked him, I said, since you're taking out bones in my wrist, will my wrist not shrink up? Will it not, close up and make my arm shorter? He said, in a nutshell, said yes, but said it was so slight that I'd never notice it. Okay, so that's something to think about. He said in 10 or 15 years, that would probably be the way to go. In another 10 or 12 or 10 to 15 years, if the steroids work now. Said if it got worse after that time and arthritis set up in it, then it would be time to remove them bones. So I had a bunch of stuff to think about. Still do. I got to set up an MRI appointment, see what I can do with this thing. Well, since, it's took me like 4 days to finish hand sanding the knife I was started on, hand sanding, so I didn't film any of that because, well, obvious reasons. I get mad at myself and everything, so I can only do it in just little spurts at a time, So anyway, made a sheath, got it finished up today, and it's a lined leather sheath for it, and see the hamon on it. Still got a little bit of residue of tape on it. Everything. So, and this right here is sage wood. It's got a little bit of yellow dye in it. It's naturally kind of a, I don't want to say beige, but it's got a little yellow tint to it anyway. And so it works good with yellow. I think so. Works good with green too. And it's just I got some liquid yellow dye. So, but yeah, it's still got a little bit of tape residue on it. I put that painter's tape on there. But one side of it's pretty good. So, well, that's it. So it's got my dog paw on it, my brand right there, and so I didn't feel the need to brand this. Fits really good. It's, like I said, it's lined. It ain't going nowhere. Right there. So anyway, I just thought I'd keep that updated there. And if it eases off where I can start doing more, I will, and I'll start filming more. But till then, it's just going to take me a while to do all the knives that I've got set out to do. It's going to take a long time for me to hand sand them. And fixing this little blade took me 4 days. So yeah. So it was blood, sweat, and tears. And I didn't cut myself. And I didn't work hard enough to sweat. But I sure cried a lot with this thing hurting. So, but I got to keep going and keep it moving. You know, you either use it or lose it. That hurts, just twisting it like that. So I hadn't tried hammering. I really hadn't. I want to, but I hadn't tried it. So, and maybe give it another couple of weeks before I pick up the hammer and go to working with it. Try it anyway. Well, till then, you know, I don't know. So I'm gonna leave it with that right there, short, sweet. And this is a very short one for me, so I hate editing. And I'm afraid I'll leave something out that somebody might need to know, but when I'm doing all this. So, but anyway, regardless of that fact, I'm gonna let you go and say till next week or next time. It's Bobby Shields saying, God bless.